Going, going insane. Live.
Big hello to you guys.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay!
Monday Club's for everyone.
So come and rub your tum and maybe even sit
Fart
on your
your
bum.
So, big hello to everybody. Now, if I sound a little bit hoarse...
It's because you ate one.
Yeah, no.
Nay, nay, you say.
It's from all the talking at Worley. Of course, it was Worley over the weekend. And had a great time. I was there all weekend. First time I've actually been for a full weekend to Worley. Been for the day about 4 or 5 times. But went for the full weekend. And actually well worth it. I've always said in the past that it just isn't possible to see all of Worley in one sitting in one day. Just can't do it. And what I've discovered is you can't do it in 2 as well, because I've already seen photos shared online, and I realised that I didn't see Model U and Tunnel Lane Model Railways as well. So I don't know where they were tucked away in the hall. I just didn't see them. So undoubtedly there's a lot of stuff that I will have missed. And in fact, right on the final day, just as we were about to leave, Neil from Daypol asked me to go and do a little bit of filming of a small layout that was built by entirely by an 8-year-old. They're now a couple of years older. They've been working on it for a few years, but it was all their own work, and it was a great little layout in N-gauge. And I hadn't been down that aisle. I'm like, I haven't seen any of these, and we're just about to go after 2 days. But luckily, he took me there. We got some footage, so that will be in the upcoming Worley video.
It will?
Yes, it will.
You mean I have to do more work?
Yes, you do.
Oh my goodness.
And actually, when you've got a moment, you wouldn't mind taking this, emptying out, giving it a wash, and refilling with fizzy water and juice. And, oh, yeah. What did you
I have to do all this work, and she only has to sit in front of the camera and make all the deals and basically network and do a lot of work, and I have to do some work.
Yeah, work. It's an alien concept to you, isn't
It's
it?
not an alien concept. I saw some work once and I didn't like it.
Anthony Hayward says they were on the far wall, had a good chat with Tunnel about painting figures. I just completely missed them. I'm so sorry. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase, Growler Blackwood Engage Layout, Climate Chairman Warden Worthing Model Railway, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. I already said that. Anthony Hayward, Tim's Model Railways, different videos, Leslie Gilpin Railways, James Petts, we do approve. Hemel Down Model Railway, Mike at Putnam Junction, Tim Maslin. Model Railway Shed, Hot Dog Pilot 63, Bang Got Your Junction, Carl Brandt. Kevin Charles Bugery says hello from Montreal, Canada. Leslie Gilpin Railways, Iron Horse Railways, Francis Wadsworth. Josh's Railway Adventures, SDJR 7F88 says, we're good to catch up with you over the weekend. Did you go for the Pannier? Funny story on the Pannier. Actually, I didn't end up buying it, and I'll tell you in a moment. I'll just read out this comment. B2000 Toys channel, hello to you. So, hi Jenny and Zoe. I've repaired a Hornby Ringfield Motor Class 37 that I picked up last week for only £5. Boom! Excellent work.
It's always great to get an absolute bargain.
Absolutely. But going back to the Pannier, now I was at the Rails of Sheffield stand, and I had my eye on the old Model Zone commission from Bachmann of the weathered NCB green Pannier. And I was going to buy it, and I was umming and ahhing. I had that, a Class 117, and a 3MT. Now, if I go to this view, then you will see that the 3MT made it back to where you are. And in fact, let's just finger of doom will push up some of the bargains, so just so you can see them a little bit better maybe. And you will see the Class 117 circulating, and you may be wondering why I didn't buy the Pannier. And the reason was that I could only justify buying the 117, which I really wanted, and one of the other 2, and I was going to buy the Pannier. But there was a gentleman, I think he was a Dutch gentleman, who come over for the show, and he was working his way down the rail stand, and he was watching me and caught sight of what I was about to buy, And he said, "Oh, do you have another one of those? I've been looking for one of those for so long. I've got the N gauge and the O gauge one, and I really wanted the double O one, so I'd have the trio." And I said, "Look, I've got so many models that I know that you're going to give it a good home, so I think you're more deserving than me." So I then swapped out the pannier for the 3MT and let this other gentleman buy the pannier. So it has gone to a good home, just not with me. I thought, I'm a hoarder. So I'd rather somebody else who really, specifically, desperately wanted that locomotive got what they were wanting, because otherwise I just felt like a bit of a pooper if I'd have bought that and right in front of them, taking it from them. So yeah, Michael Gray, good karma, absolutely.
Did you say you were Hordak?
A hoarder, you wally.
Hordak of the Horde.
No, hoarder. And yes, James Pets, absolutely, the 3MT does look good as well. And it's in the BR Late lined green livery, which is actually a really nice livery and actually matched the 3MT that was on a low loader trailer in the hall. Now, Wally...
What else was in the hall, Jenny?
Lots of...
by the way...
what?
Do we have a sponsor today?
Oh, yes, we do. Today's sponsor is Rails of Sheffield, where you can sell any items from single items up to full collections that you may no longer want. And they offer the best prices with same-day decisions, quick cash payments, or store credit if you would prefer to upgrade to perhaps something different. Sell to the name you trust with Rails of Sheffield, with full details in the link at the bottom of the video underneath in the description. And as you heard in the little story, there is an awful lot of great stuff at the Rails of Sheffield bargains table, and you can be assured that your models will find themselves a new home where they can be loved again. So thank you so much to Rails of Sheffield for sponsoring the show. And today's beverage of choice is fizzy water with a little dab of blackcurrant cordial in. Trying to get off the Coke, to be honest.
My beverage of choice, however, is Irish Latte, which one of our wonderful Monday Club members, and we met him at the Live Steam, Double O Live Steam. He provided these at Great Electric Train Show, and I've been drinking them and enjoying them ever since. Very nice.
Absolutely. Very much appreciate those. East Coast Team says, does anyone have a pedometer who's recorded their steps at Whalley? I managed 20,000 on Saturday and 10,000 on Sunday.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I saw one that said it was 19,000.
Yeah, I did see a 19,000.
Exhausted.
Yeah, let's see what I managed, because I do actually have a pedometer. And if I can find the right setting... I was a much more sedate. I only managed 5,668 on the Sunday and 7,056 on the Saturday.
So it's no wonder that your legs are fine, but your voice isn't.
Yeah. I basically spent a lot of time doing talking. But Stefan Svensson says, good evening, girls. Good evening to you.
Well, hello.
So great to see you. And I chatted with... a colleague of yours. Actually, I gave an interview to your roving reporter for Modliana Schwag's Magazinette, which...
Is that how you pronounce it?
No, it's not how you pronounce it.
I thought it was Modliana Schwag's Magazinette.
Yes, it probably is. But apparently, the way I pronounce it is, whilst sounds mangled to a native Swedish speaker, is still decipherable, shall we say. Twistleton Town Engage says, my wife and I saw you at Whalley on Saturday. Unfortunately, I was having a very bad day with the old cancer. I was so sorry to hear.
Oh my goodness.
My wife was making me have a sit down, so we missed you. My wife recognised you. Oh, well, I hope you did have a good time after all. So sorry you've been struggling, but hope you are getting better.
Yeah.
Fat Wallet Boy 2 said, didn't get my ticket clipped for Saturday. Could have sneaked back on Sunday, but couldn't face the trip again.
It was a long trip for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Model Railway Fantasia, big hello to you. Bo Minnick. Stevie Film says 20,000 steps or 20,000 shuffles. Yeah, probably more of a shuffle. But certainly, It wasn't as busy as I was expecting, I must admit. But
So was there room to beatbox like it ain't no thing?
no, not really.
Must be
So
quite busy then.
we have got the lowdown. Now, unbeknownst to me, the Cupboard Monkey put up the trailer head for the show as if I had some kind of insider news and I was going
I didn't.
to...
I didn't suggest you had insider news, Jen. What I was saying is we were going to discuss what models we should be looking out for in 2023.
Well, I'm going to loosely tie this into announcements that were made at Worley. And certainly, we had a load from Hellion. And we were posting about these over the weekend.
Yes, I put out 3, I believe, from Hellion.
The ones which have gone down the best from the Hellion releases, just talking with Ben Jones, the O-Gauge Class 58 has been incredibly well received. So that is definitely one which to keep an eye on for O-Gauge modelers. And the Newton Chambers car carriers. Now, these were used as part of the motor rail services. So those we had full decorated livery samples. So, are you all right there?
I thought you looked at something as if something had happened.
No.
I'm looking at the screen as if it's going to have some kind of error message on it.
No.
You practically looked at the screen as if there was terror on your face, like
No.
No.
The Newton Heath car carriers, I think these just looked amazing, and certainly Ben Jones at Hellion said that they got really great feedback on those.
Talking of Newton, by any chance is there anyone anywhere that does decals that you could put onto wagons for Newton and Ridley breweries?
Why Newton and Ridley?
It's the one from Coronation Street that supplies the Rover's Return.
Oh, right, so it's completely fake.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Sorry, go back to what you're saying.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says Ellis Clark models have boxes and boxes of really cheap stuff. They always do at shows. It's always good for a rummage. Not pristine, but some hard to find stuff. Absolutely.
Ellis Clark are great for if you're looking for something and you're not really, you don't really care if it's perfect museum quality. You just want it.
He'll do you a...
No, let me finish what I'm saying. If it's not pristine quality, it's not museum quality, you just want something, he'll do you a good deal. I'm still loving the fact that I got 2 working N-gauge locomotives for £20 each.
Oh, hold on. We've got a naughty locomotive.
Naughty locomotive.
Oh. It's slipped all of the wagons. I've just noticed.
It doesn't need them.
It really does. And I kind of looked and I thought I'd just have a quick look because I was gonna honk its horn because it's got Honky Horace on board.
That is a weird sound.
Yeah. So let me just get that up and running again.
James Pett says it's interesting that KR models are now moving to mainstream models such as the Class 40.
Absolutely, yeah. The Class 40 was announced from KR Models. And that interesting announcement because I think the thing about this is it needs to be a really stand out model because it's up against what is actually a reasonable model from Bachmann, not a new spec model. And I think as well, it would be sensible to assume that Bachmann are in a good position to actually do a lot of work to upgrade that Class 40, maybe even already doing that.
To be honest with you, I would not blame them if they say, yeah, we see the reason why they're trying to come in, we're going to update ours as well.
Yeah, and I suspect that, KR models, it's like go big or go home. So this is going to be one to watch. And yes, Jennifer Horton does remind us the KR Models Class 40 was an invitation for expressions of interest.
Which means that they actually have no obligation to make it. If they cause Bachmann to up their game and redo theirs, then that kind of looks like a win.
That could be job done. Because I happen to know that Keith Revel, who owns KR Models, his favourite type of locomotive is a Class 40. So I'm guessing he wants a really, really good one. And his view is, Well, if they won't make it, I will. But if they make it, I'm guessing you probably go, well, job done. I can buy myself a really good Class 40.
Yeah.
But they also had a whole load of models. We talked a little bit about this before. The 4DD, the Bellerophon, and for me, the sleeper hit of the bunch.
I have to say, I was amazed at that one. When I was doing the photographs for the upcoming, by the way, first look at it on YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to be putting out a video with all the KO model samples.
Yeah,
They did lend those to us. So there's 4DD. It is a full... As people were thrown a little bit because there's only 2 cars of the 4-car set on display at Worley. And the reason for that was just space. I happened to know that they had the other 2 cars in a box underneath the stand. And the reason for that is because I had all 4. I filmed all 4. Actually had them running here on Weir Yard, so we do have footage of that. But then moving on to other things, we've also had a whole load of announcements from Rapido trains. Again, these are ones to look out for next year. So for me, the real highlight of this is the Northeastern Railway's Y7, sorry, the Northeastern Railway H class, which was the LNER Y7, and there's better pictures online actually. The livery samples really show this off. But this for me, absolutely a standout model. Andy81E says, did you see that stunning Swiss Pass model layout at Worley? Proper hellfire. Another one I didn't get to see, but I believe that we do have footage of it because we also had Iron Horse Railways as our roving cameraman as well. So we're basically sharing footage between ourselves.
Yes.
And so a big thank you to Craig from Iron Horse Railways, who very kindly accompanied me so that the Cupboard Monkey got to sit in a gym jams and play Call of Duty all weekend.
I didn't play Call of Duty all weekend. I was in my office working hard on cartoons about a guy who can rip off his own skin when he smells the chance at money.
Okay.
And you will see that on my channel one day.
Yeah, James Pett said, Repeater did have great announcements. Especially for GWR fans, yes. We also had classes 44XX, 45XX, and the 4575 were announced in 00 from Rapido. We just got pictures of the real ones at the moment, so I think that's a little bit further away. It says it's due 2024, so not really one for next year. But the GWR B set coaches, we've got what appears to be an EP for those, and they are due in 2023 to 2024. So absolutely good for GWR modelers. Tim Maslin says, I would like to shout out to Skograil. They supplied me with a Roco Z21 at discounted price after I phoned them earlier in the week. They said they'd bring them with it. Bring it with them. Oh, that's very good of them.
Very nice.
Jennifer Horton says, Neuburg 1913 and 2013 was special. 2 identical layouts, but in different eras, side by side. And yeah, I think somebody asked about the Class 117. It is a Class 117 doing the rounds. Let's see if we can pick it up on one of the other camera angles. And it's one that I've been looking for a little while. Very expensive. When they first came out quite recently, I couldn't justify it at the time. But I got an incredible deal. There it is, just going past. Let's see if we can pick it up here. An incredible deal on a new in-box, actually DCC fitted, for I think I paid £220. Really, really great price. So that's going round. Let's see if we can get a good side-on shot.
While Jen's doing that, I'm just having a look at these mini dioramas from Kato. Really, really well done laser cut card and like wood. Really nice.
Yeah, careful, you just popped a hole out.
Yeah, I was meant to. That's a little ring that they use.
And these are little diorama things that Kato
so
do
good.
in Engage. And I actually really like the idea. We're going to see that in a monkey build.
Yes, I'm going to try putting one together now to just get an idea.
I don't know if are you supposed to glue them or are they push fit?
I'm only going to push fit them for this to get an idea. And
absolutely. Paul O'Donovan said disappointed with Hornby magazine at Worley. After spending £76 sterling, they don't give receipts. Did you? I'm assuming you asked for one, but
Receipts.
yeah. I'd asked. I don't know. New junction.
I am very surprised at that.
I don't know. It may have been that their receipt thing was out of paper.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you buy a lot of stuff.
even an email receipt would probably be helpful.
What
just
if
in
it
case
doesn't
there's a
work?
problem. Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's like, what if it doesn't work?
Yeah, and James Pett says a lot of the time receipts are electronic these days.
Yeah, which is fair enough. I mean, if you want to send an electronic one, fine.
Mike,
As long as I've got proof in case I have to bring it back, you know?
Although James Pett says Alan Gibson did not give paper receipts for contactless payments. I guess if you were quite insistent, they'd have to write one out for you, because otherwise, where's your proof of having bought it?
Where's your proof?
Although East Coast Steam says one store offered a text receipt to me. Well, yeah, that's better than nothing.
Text receipts are fine.
Yeah. Although James Pett does point out that they asked me whether I wanted to use chip and pin instead of contactless to get a paper receipt. Alan Pollock says, "Hi guys, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on a brake tender." Now these were announced end of last week. They were available.
That's how tall the diorama would start. That's the roadway.
Nice.
Tiny, absolutely tiny. You can literally fit it in the palm of your hand.
And it's a good evening project. And the thing about these Kato diorama things is they're actually designed so you can plug them together, like a module in a bigger layout. And you can, so you can make a model railway, run it, and then put it back away again in a drawer. Yeah, literally, just put it in a drawer.
I'm loving it. I'm going to stop putting it together because I've got the idea.
Although, Fat Wallet Boy 2 says, if you paid on card, you can prove you purchased. There is that. That is a good point.
You can prove you purchased. You can't prove what you purchased, and that's the part that I'm pushing for.
Well, look, Hornby Magazine are above board. I will
they
put
are,
that out there,
but the point is that what if you come back later and it's a different person on the stand?
I'm not getting into the legal on this.
I'm not even talking about legal. It's just like, guys, you've got to do something. You've got to do something.
Okay, right. Anyway, B Mozza does point out 247's card machine on contactless just doesn't give a receipt.
Right one.
No, it appears to be just that's what the hardware is doing. But anyway, let's move on. East Coast Team says, "Oh yeah, I'm also managed 6 times Lilliput carriages for £75. It's worth asking for bundle deals at the end of the show. It's so it's less for the retailers to take home." I did say this to a few people.
Yeah.
And in the closing hour of the show, I picked up a new old stock Pullman 12-wheel coach for less than half what you'd normally expect to pay for one of these, if you can find one. And I know that there's a Monday clubber there who was actually at the same stand alongside me. And I pointed this out to them, and they ended up buying 2 as well. All different identities. They had Neptune car number 98, I think it was, and car number 297. So there's 3 different 12-wheel Pullmans. Larry Rogers asks, "Ms. Zoe, how do you think those castle walls you made would look as field walls on an O-gauge railway?"
That is an interesting question. They're quite tall, like seriously tall. The wall itself is taller than a locomotive,
and even taller than an O-gauge locomotive, I would estimate still.
So I'm not sure it would work unless it's a very tall wall, like if it's the remains of an old building or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, I have used the Metcalfe retaining walls in O-gauge, but the ones which are double O. So
you've got what was comparatively small wall. What I would suggest is that you'd be better off building your own cardboard frame and using the Metcalfe stock castle wall textures, which is a separate pack and surprisingly cheap for the amount of textures you get in it. Because that way you can get one to the size that you need. That might be a better bet.
Nick at Bletchton High Levels has managed to scout out a brand new old stock Devon Bell observation coach for £35. That was on the same stand because there was 2 of them at the very start of the show, and I did share a picture, and that price is incredible for a very hard to get item. There are 2 of them, and I knew that they'd be gone very quickly, but I think you got yourself a great bargain. Let's have a look.
Tim Maslin asks, am I going to switch to the TT120 for the layout I'm making?
No,
it
stick with the
depends.
N-gauge, I would say. You've got the N-gauge stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to say it depends. And it depends mostly on what is available in TT120. I've joined the club so I can get the catalogue and see what's coming out. But my thing is, I prefer European-style locomotives and American-style locomotives because I want to differentiate what I'm doing from what Jen's doing.
Andy81E says, a few years ago you used to see people on the trains home from Worley with loads of carrier bags with stuff they brought. Nowadays, people don't seem to buy as much from shows. You saw what I brought in.
Jen filled our car.
Yes, Iron Horse Railways and I filled the boot and the back seat of our car with all the goodies, and I had to make 3 trips in from the car when I got home.
Yeah, people still buy a lot of stuff. They just aren't going by train necessarily.
Can I just say that running today, we have the diesel brake tender, the sound-fitted Class 25, and at the other end of the train, if I come round to this angle, so if actually the Class 117 was a Worley purchase, the diesel brake tender from Hornby magazine, the sound-fitted Class 25 behind that, and just to prove it's sound-fitted, and the brake van on the other end of the train as well. Also, these 3 press flows, the locomotive that's pulling them, the Pullman, the A4, the 3MT, these 2 wagons. The list goes on.
That little photographic grey one is a very standout.
It's not photographic grey, but yes. Nick at Bletchner High Level says, yes, there was 2, and while I hovered, one got snapped up, so I just obliged on the second one. Yeah, absolutely. You snooze, you lose. Absolutely. Jennifer Horton says, the 3mm Society stand us a sign saying, we are not TT120. I saw that as well. Craig and I did have a little titter about that. And Worthington Model Railway says, I filled a reasonable sized suitcase.
There you go.
Fat Waller Boy 2 says, saw a Bachmann VEA in rail freight on one stand for £35. Thought I'll come back for that. Went back and it was gone. They went to KMS Rail Tech and got one for £34.
Oh, well, you did all right then.
That's the other thing as well. Iron Horse Railways will attest that he and ahed over a Daypole Class 68 in a livery he wanted at a particular stand, and they wouldn't budge on price. So he said, oh, look, I'll have a think about that. And then we went and found it for about £30 less on another stand. So you could, whilst on the one hand, like those Pullman observation cars, if something really is a stone cold bargain, don't leave it hanging around if you want it, because it just won't be there when you come back. But on the other hand, you don't buy at the first stall that you see, because they may be the same thing at a better price elsewhere.
It's all a gamble to a certain extent, because it might not be there when you come back after you've looked around and found that no one else has got it. But at the same time, you might find it somewhere else.
Sarah Davis says, did you buy any more Gronks? Not a cult. No, I didn't buy any more Gronks. Valleys 56XX says, which A4 is that? How many now? The A4 in question is, it's 60027, which is Merlin. And Merlin is, I think it's my 15th or 16th
the Monster
A4.
Wizard. How many A4s are there out there that you could pick up? Have you got the entire
35. No, there's 35. Oof. Oh, Darren Faulkner says, evening all. Sorry, I'm late.
A Monday clubber is never late, Fredo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Let's have a look. Right, Craig Codling says, I sound cheap, only got some hunt couplings and a decoder for my Christmas present. And at the end of it, I think it's easy to get tied up with the idea of the bargains. And yes, Hereford Model Centre was there, so Mark Wilson, ooh, your bargains.
Can I also say, when he's saying he says he sounds cheap, he doesn't. If that's what you're looking for, and you got what you were looking for, then you won.
But the thing is that it's easy to lose sight of the fact that model railway exhibitions have a lot of exhibits, and actually, no problem with going to a model railway exhibition and just looking at the exhibit.
Yeah. It's not a race, and it's not about how much you spend. Never try and compare yourself to others.
Absolutely. And if that's all you wanted, it's not a competition.
Yeah.
Where's it got? B Mozer says, Jen, I have the full set of A4 names. So that's 247 developments. These will be etched plates for A4. So anybody who is fed up of waiting for the likes of Bachmann and Hornby to produce the one that they want, it is possible to renumber and rename them. If you don't want to wait, then 247 Developments has what you need. Chip Rockwell says, with the increased interest in pre-grouping carriages, has Zoe considered trying her hand at Parkside Models carriage kits? I don't think you've even heard of them. I think there's...
What is this? What we're talking about?
They're kits for building carriages.
Oh, no, I have heard of them. And every time we go to an event and I look at their stand, I think, that looks cool. And then I think Jen is going to tell me to finish off the Airfix aeroplanes that I promised her for Weir Yard.
You've got to remember that the Cupboard Monkey dabbles in model making, and we do actually have a lot of stuff
it's all backing up at the moment. That's the problem.
Yeah, so we don't want to overwhelm her. And, it's nice to... what are you doing?
For example, from the Rails of Sheffield event earlier this year,
I honestly forgot that you had them.
Locomotive turntable, Airfix.
Original boxes as well. Now, do we keep the boxes?
Absolutely. Airfix cattle wagon.
Boxes are a work of art in and of themselves.
Airfix mineral wagon.
A Ham Shackleton, Parkside also did used to be at Colliery at Newton Le Willows.
And a smaller box, Airfix mineral wagon. Now, these are all double O. And I have promised to have a look at them because this stuff is just not around anymore.
So Charlie Chimp says, hey Jen, how's the heat in the loft? Not too bad. I'm wrapped up warm in bed with the chest starting. Thinks he got it from his nephew, Cough and Splutter. That's the other thing. The Worley lurgy will probably manifest over
I used to
week.
Joke about that when I went to the Conservative Party conference every year. I said,
convention flu.
Yeah, I went round to my friends and just so what's the betting that... what's the bet on the percentages of people who have blue flu by the third day? We used to call it blue flu.
Simon Train's Mother Railway Showcase says, by the way, I did show up 5 minutes late at the Monday Club meetup on Saturday. Lucky Gandalf wasn't around.
Gandalf was watching, I tell you that, weren't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but
Speaking
of TT120, we do have some 120 stuff.
Yeah,
from Pico that we are planning to do something with.
Yeah, I'm waiting actually for if it's possible to do a review with our Hornby items.
But if I put the buildings together as monkey builds,
absolutely. So again, the monkey is overwhelmed with.
And this is why I'm having to cut back on whether I pick up any carriages because it's all a case of we've promised X, Y, and Z. It took me a year to get the castle build done.
Yeah, Angel of Crew, big hello to you. Egg Rider as well. And don't forget to tickle that like button, share the stream as well, and also subscribe to the channel. East Coast Team says, did anyone see the 228XX models at Pete Waterman's stand? Now, there's another stand I missed. He said the man who built them was 83, but sadly since passed away. Harry Sedgwick said the BR Standard Class 3MT 262 tank, originals as introduced in 1952, last withdrawn in 1967. None survived, but there was one new build, 82045, under construction, and indeed that was the locomotive in the hall. And we've actually also seen that locomotive because it was at Severn Valley Railway. That's where they're working on it.
Yes. And the final couple of things here from Ratio and Pico, an all-gauge wagon, and a yard office in Double O.
Yeah, and
This is the
you
the
haven't
issue.
shown them the Airfix aircraft kits.
No, because they're down in my office.
Bristol Bulldog.
And this is why we have the backlog, because we don't do the monkey build shows unless we have something special or Jen needs a break, which is kind of the same thing. So
Yeah,
we
Fat
have a
Waller
lot
Boy-
of stuff.
Fat Waller Boy 2. It's what I always say. Wally is so big. It's actually easy to miss stuff.
Very easy.
I didn't get much of a no. I didn't get much of a frisk of the like Hereford Model Centre. I saw their stand. I did have a quick look, but the problem is you can't buy everything.
You got a glance, but you didn't get hands on.
Yeah, but look, anyway, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the loo. So, would you like to take over? For
Not
a bit?
really, but I will.
Yeah. So,
No, I joke. I'm happy to talk to people, you know.
yes, it's a shame. Yes, we keep telling you not to talk to strangers. But anyway, look, it was lovely to see so many of you. The Palbrick meetup, and of course, the Palbricks. We have we've shared actually the livery, the photos of the actual livery on the actual wagon. Now that is being sent to the channel. It's not arrived yet. As soon as it does, we will do a video on it. What's wrong?
Leslie Gilpin says, "Did you buy a Loco Ladies crochet tree for charity?"
Didn't see their stand either.
Oh my goodness! See, this is the problem with things that get this big, and it's something I was talking about to people at the Great Electric Train Show when they were saying there's so much here, and I was saying they may have to get a bigger venue next time. It's like I'm not sure they should, because you get to the point where you can't see everything.
And I'm told the Dortmund show in Germany, which is absolutely massive, makes Wally look small. The problem with that is that you will not see everything.
It's Comic Con.
Yeah, and you'll get lost. And if you see something at a stand that you want, you have to buy it there because the chances are you will never find that stand.
Yeah,
again.
never mind never being able to get it because someone else has got it. You won't know the stand. You just can't find it.
Peter Jackson Cheadleheath says, did anyone see the layout on a plate 009 little mainline Huns running around? Very easy to miss that one. I did see that one actually. There's also, if you remember the Batman Collectors Club, one of the things I would say, at a show like Wally, it's worth its weight in gold. Because, quite simply, it was so hot, everybody was getting dehydrated, and the catering was hideously expensive. So, Bachman actually give out to Collectors Club members free bottles of water. So every time you went in there, you could pick up a bottle of water. And it was, stay hydrated, people. Very easy to get dehydrated in the hall. I've never
Which is
known
not
it.
good either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you're pricing that high, that people are risking dehydration instead of spending.
The problem was that it was very, very hot in the hall. The atmospheric conditions were such.
Thank you so much, 3B Rail.
Absolutely, thank you so much. 3B Rail very generously donated £10 on the super chat. Says to assist with the replenishment of the purchase fund. Just put your fingers in your ear, Cupboard Monkey. Cupboard Monkey's now got her fingers in her ears, so she doesn't know that we all know that she smells. But yeah, she's not pulled a face, so she didn't see that. I spent nearly £1,000, and I'm not suggesting that that's a good thing or a bad thing. I did spend a lot at Wally. Well, you can take your fingers out. I said. Oh, for God's sake, I said you can take your fingers out now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Leslie Gilpin Rower says £2.45 for a bottle of Pepsi, and that's, those tiny little 100ml jobbies.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. SHGP Media says, on a serious note, a lot of diabetics in this hobby who need to stay hydrated, me included, absolutely. So I can't recommend more highly the Bachman Collectors Club stand. It makes the membership costs worthwhile, and they have this at a lot of shows. They're there at Ali Pally as well.
I know what we need for the next railway event.
What, a Monday Club stand?
A beer hat.
A beer hat?
Only you put a bottle of water in one side and a bottle of water in the others, and you'd have your straws coming down.
All right.
Suck, suck, suck as you go around sucking.
Yeah, you suck, don't you? Tim Masley said, yeah, £4 for an ice cream. And Johan Swanepoel Swanee says, greetings, Monday Clubbers. Hope you are all doing great. Matt O'Bell says, what? You spent £200? Don't tell Zoe.
Oh, Walker Steven Heritage Fish has a good point there. Remember one live stream with Cottesmore? That's been a while. He hasn't been around for a long time. He mentioned that all the cosplayers a while back came through to the model use stand.
Yeah, that was when Comic-Con was being held at the NEC the same weekend as Worley, and they were all in the adjacent hall. And somebody said, you can get yourself scanned. And so they all came in, went and got themselves scanned, and had a 3D printed model of themselves in costume.
That is so cool.
Valley's 56XX very, very kindly donated £5 on the super chat. Says, I didn't go to Worley, so here's some money, Jenny. Oh, thank you so much. And I feel a bit guilty that I've just told everybody what I really spent.
You told me you spent £2.50.
Yes, I did.
And then some more.
Yes, you believe
a bit
that.
more as well.
But thank you so much for that. It's incredibly generous.
Thank you so much. Didn't you need to pop off so I could talk to people?
Yeah, I do actually. So I'm just gonna go for a tinkle, and
we're going to have a quick switch around. Get out of my way,
a switcheroo.
Go
so
on.
The cupboard monkey
Go
is
on.
going to come and cause
Shoo.
a massive
Shoo.
nuisance.
Shoo. Shoo.
More
shoo,
so than she normally does.
Shoo. Shoo. Shoo.
Right,
Shoo.
do you know how the buttons work?
Yeah. Jen, I set the buttons up. Whoa.
To which
what? You slightly lean this way. You know the floor is going down at one side.
Yep, I know it is. Well, it's
This
not,
is-
No. The floor is not going down. It's that you're just going up on one side. Actually, no. The floor is this.
We're going to have a look at it.
No. I know exactly what's happening. There is insulation foam underneath the floor, and it's squashing. Is what's actually happening.
So, hello everyone. March West Junction TMD says, unfortunately, the Worley Model Rail Club have no control on the catering. It's the NEC that runs that side. It is. And it's I've been to the NEC for a few events in the past, and it charges a fair amount. It's just how it is. Model Railway Noob says, Zoe, did you know there's an emulator for the Steam Deck now so you can play anything you have ROMs for? I didn't. But I don't have a Steam Deck, so I haven't really been keeping up with that. But it does look like a very nice piece of kit. So, guys, like I said, we have a lot of these models. And then we are out of focus. That is a bit upsetting. Everything's going out. I'm going to have a look at these cameras. So, like I said, we're going to have a lot of these things to go through. This will be coming up pretty quick. I want to do more on N-Gauge because Jen covers O-Gauge and Double O, but I know a lot of you, quite a lot of you that chat a lot, do talk about N-Gauge. That's why I chose to go for this. So I want to see how these work and what we can do with it, because I want to... This sounds a bit business-like, but when we set this live stream up and made sure that we had all of the cameras and everything, it was part of trying to get everyone involved and feel like they're part of it. But if we're not covering N-Gauge, which is a fair size, I know it's smaller than O-Gauge and Double O, or is it smaller than O-Gauge? I know it's smaller than Double O, but it's still a fair size part of the market. If we're not covering that, then we're not doing what I set out for when we started putting the show and the other things together. So I want to cover N-Gauge, and we haven't. So I want to push on that. TT120, I don't know. If it comes through and turns out to be good in terms of long-lasting and people like it and support it, then great, we'll cover that as well. But for the moment, we'll stick with what we've got. So I've got a lot of stuff coming through with builds. But like I say, I usually use the monkey build as either a Saturday special, as Jen and I have been calling them, where we'll stick it out as a Saturday video, or to cover when Jen is overworked or not well and can't make a video. So we've left a fair amount. There's like 4 or 5 episodes of monkey builds on the channel since we started doing them. That's why we've still got this backlog. So when you say, are you looking into this and that and the other, chances are probably not. Although I do like the look of those carriages. When we were asking, I can't remember who was asking, sorry about it. When they were saying, are you looking at those carriages? I saw them at events. they are wonderful looking carriages, and I would love to build one, but justifying the time is a different matter. It's just, oh, we have so much going on. It's terrible. So, who have we got in the chat? Give me my control mouse here. Let's give me a second. So, who have we got in the chat? The Bangotchi Junction says that's why the nearest petrol station to the NEC does more sailing. Yes. Going to the petrol station and getting something, to be honest with you, it's the best bet. Honestly, bring a bottle of water with you to events. It doesn't matter whether you think it's going to be an expensive event or not. Bring a bottle of water with you, because it's better to have hydration and not need it than end up risking dehydration and getting a bit ill. Seriously, you'll thank yourself for having it there. Bominic says, Zoe, unlike 00, N scale is the same for British and mainland Europe and North America. Yes, that is a good thing. I do like consistency across countries. And like I say, Jen covers the UK stuff. I would make an exception for a nice little N-gauge Gronk. I have had my eye on one, but I didn't end up picking it up because I wanted to focus on something else. But I mainly go for the American and continental stuff. I've got an American locomotive and a German locomotive at the moment, and they are lovely. And I love the styles that are different to the UK, because I'm an artist. I love the stuff that looks a bit different, you know. So that's what I go for, and it means that we can cover more areas of the world as well, which is great from my point of view. I do like this one here. We're not on the screen here, are we? When it comes up on... Oh, it's just gone off. Can I push it back a bit? Yes, I can. This little one here in the grey. It's beautiful.
Out of the way, Gandalf. Stop loitering on the ladder. Oh, yes. Oh, dear.
Jenny's back. Vic Freak says, Jenny blagged Keith Revel to buy her a burger, and he did. Did you?
Yeah, I ordered over walkie-talkie.
Oh, that is great. Breaker, good buddy.
Oh, yeah, 10-4, rubber duck. Yeah, we've got a bear in the air and Kojak with a Kodak.
Care.
No, it's a bear in the air, a Kojak with a Kodak. Yeah. Shut that back door, good buddy. This is Super Scouse.
A Kojak with a Kodak. Is that a policeman with a camera?
Yes.
That and a bear in the air.
Well, it's like with the radar gun.
Yeah.
They call them a Kojak with a Kodak. See, when I first started driving commercial vehicles, the last of the old school boys was still on the road. So you used to hear some of this nonsense because they'd been around in the 60s and 70s through all the CB craze.
I'm amazed that you didn't end that sentence with it. When I started driving, you still had to wind up the truck with a crank on the front.
Can I just say, you didn't wind them up. I know it had some of them had a crank on the front, but you didn't have to wind them up. Yeah, Bluegrass Railfan. Kojak was a 70s police show with, Who Loves Your Baby? What was his name?
Also Von Crackpot.
No! The guy who played Kojak.
Nigel Slap.
Oh, the Cupboard Monkeys being a Wally brain again. Bluegrass Railfan. Smokey and the Bandit is a good education of CB slang. Who Loves Your Baby? Chip Rockwell says this past Thursday was Thanksgiving Day in the United States of America. Absolutely. And Within Motherwell, thank you. Telly Savalas. And Jerry BVR as well. Telly Savalas, Flymo Chairman 1, Katie Walker, and Nick at Bleshton High Level. Leslie Gilpin Railways. Vic Freak. Stevie Film. Lots of people coming in now. Philip Page. Sarah Davis, all getting it right. And Andy Friars Junction. Anyway, no. So Wally weekend. What else was being announced? Now, I heard you saying about the N-gauge,
yes,
and us not catering for them. Well, what I'd like to do is also say that there were some N-gauge announcements. So from Rapido, we got the LNER dynamometer car has been announced in N-gauge. Now, this has been a really, really popular model in 00. Just recently, there's a new release coming through, originally commissioned for Rails, but N-Gage modelers are also going to be able to enjoy this. 156 Andrew says, "Hi Jenny and chat. Sorry, I'm late."
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. See, we knew he was there because I had to push past him on the stairs. Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station says, "Hi all, pity I can't get to these shows. So many bargains and great layouts." They are good, but it's not for everybody. If you don't like crowds, it can be really difficult. Now, the other N-Gage new announcement from Rapido Trains, the rail freight OAA wagons. These are being announced.
It's not OAA, it's a new R.
No, it is OAA. And these are available for more modern image modelers. Also, they first turned up in 1971, so we call it modern image, but actually they're older than me. Actually, I'm just reading on the front, going back to the dynamometer car, Rapido is also offering a spoof version of the dynamometer car in RTC livery. Now, that'd be pretty good. So, N-Gage modelers, we get those, and also the next two releases expected from Rapido will be the Class 28, which is the Metrovic Kobo, and also I think it's the Conflat P wagons. So, between those two, you can make up the famous Condor container freight. Women Model Rower says, "I hate crowds, makes me feel very ill." A lot of people do. I must admit, I'm not the greatest in crowds. Don't like them, can deal with them though, but I do understand that for some people it's not a great experience. Mark Wilson says, "I've been collecting American N-Gage for around 10 years, all still in boxes. One day I will knock a layout up." I would love to see that actually, because your modelling is amazing. So no doubt you will be sharing photographs of real locations with us that you're passing off as an N-Gage model. But no, I joke. Raymond Legg says, "OAA!" Lots of exclamation marks. Yeah, absolutely. Jeffrey Kite says, 298 watching, but only 90 likes. Come on, gang, hit that button. Absolutely. If you haven't already hit the like button, do please signal your approval, James Pett style, and tickle the like button, and please also share the stream and let others know that we're here and what we do. It was so great actually to meet an awful lot of the people who normally lurk in the Monday Club. I know a lot of people, they watch but don't necessarily post, so it was great.
Which is perfectly fine.
Absolutely fine. Great to meet some of them. Got to meet some of the Patreons as well. Always really humbled that you guys, the great support that you give to the channel. Right.
East Coast Steam. "I find crowds frustrating, from the dithering idiots without any spatial awareness to the traditional smelly kids." I apologise.
Yes, that's why we didn't bring Zoe this year. But Bluegrass Railfan says N-Scale Unitrack is pretty solid. And Darren Faulkner says, "Try Kato Track if you're going to. It's amazing." And actually, the Kato Track, that's exactly what's in these modules. So that is Kato Track.
Yes. Well, I'd expect so. It's from Kato.
Yes, that would be the giveaway. Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction says, "I visited the Hornby Visitor Centre in Westwood in Margate with Captain Static. Didn't get there till late, so only had about half an hour before they kicked us out. Must go back soon." Who's Captain Static?
The guy who does his static grassing and things like that.
Ah, I thought he was just a guy who just like walked up to people and like, "Sorry, just give you a static shock." Ah, ooh.
No, he's the guy that people cling around.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk a bit more about the stuff that we've been planning for monthly
these
builds.
are interesting.
This is a diorama we're definitely doing. FX Astronauts.
Yeah, it's an interesting little kit.
Yeah.
Did you get the Moonlander eventually?
I didn't get the Moonlander. It is available, but I haven't picked it up yet.
Rick Morley says, "Are you coming to Scotland in the new year, Jenny?" I don't.
An invite
To which one?
to somewhere in Scotland.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing even tomorrow. Actually, no, I do know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to Liskeard in Cornwall
Beep, beep.
on a with the day job. So I will be away for 2 days now, going down to Cornwall and back. East
Last
Coast.
but not least on our list of...
Oh, have you done the Bristol Bulldog?
No, it's not in this set because you have it somewhere.
Do I? No, I gave it to you. What are you doing? Also, right, Captain Static is Stanover Junction,
Captain
which
Static
is
is
Stanover
a
Model
hero.
Railway on YouTube. Within Model Railway says, I have to say goodnight as I have to go out. Don't worry, you take care, and don't forget that you can also catch up with anything that you may have missed
Hold
after
on
the
a
stream.
second.
What's wrong?
I thought these were longer. These two here, when we picked these up, these were ones that we picked up at Lidl.
Yes.
These aren't standard Airfix kits.
They got the paints in as well, haven't
Yeah,
they?
they've got the paints and the brushes.
And they were really, really
And they were-
inexpensive.
They were really good value. My goodness, I hadn't realised.
Yeah, I have. Right, can I just say that as well?
I
I'd
don't
like
know
to
where the
put
Bristol Bulldog
an
is.
extra special thanks to
Oh yes.
John JMC. You normally find him at Digitrains, but he was working layouts on the Hornby magazine stand, running some of the layouts there. This is a genuine... I'm going to take the outer sleeve off because it does shine somewhat.
It's a Jenny Ewan.
It's a genuine Monday Club wagon, and John JMC has very, very kindly donated this to the channel. And next week, we will trail ahead for this, don't worry.
Absolutely.
We will remind people we are going to do a big shindig for this. This is going to be up to be won in a competition. So I know a lot of people do ask about the original run of the Monday Club wagons. They sold out to pre-order. They were incredibly popular and certainly still quite desirable. They are genuinely all sold out to the point where I own one. That's how many I own. And what are you doing?
Opening this up so I can have a look at the Hawker Hurricane.
All right. But we have here a genuine new in-box Monday Club wagon that we will be doing a competition for next week. We will trail ahead for this. Stay tuned with the Facebook group to get details on that. But a huge, huge thank you to John JMC for donating this to the channel so that we can do a giveaway competition. Just going to put that down there.
I think that's going to be
Thank you so much.
fantastic.
Absolutely. Oh, you even got the glue and the paintbrush as well.
It's everything you need.
Everything you need.
This is a great I tell you this, as a starter for someone wanting to get into modelling, that is really good. You've got all the paints and the brush and the model and full instructions.
Absolutely.
I'm really impressed. I'm surprised how good this is.
So Angel of Crew has also had to head off, but look, thank you so much
for coming
It's
along.
been great having your company as well. And Twistleton Town Engage asks, could you please do your next Monday Club wagon in N as well, please? The problem with that is that when we've asked about this, we can't guarantee the sales. That simply is the problem.
Yeah.
Essentially, I can't afford to do two different wagons. Effectively, it'd be different because there'd be different scales at the same time. And
Can I jump in? The only way that we would be able to do N-Gauge and O-Gauge is if we did it via Kickstarter. As in, you pledge and then on the day if it's back, then you pay there and then you still don't get it until it's actually made. Rather than what we do now where you don't pay anything until it arrives.
Donget's Model Railway, it's a competition for the MDV. The PAL brick has not yet arrived. But the PAL brick is still available to order. At the link down below, you can order with confidence through Rails of Sheffield. H. Walker Steam and Heritage Rail Vid says, goodbye, everybody. Look, you take care. It's been great to have you in, and do take care. There's a few people heading off. Francis Wadsworth
Yeah, I can't blame them. It's been a long weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah. So Tom L says hello, folks. So we do have new people coming in. Don't tell Gandalf. And Tom says hello, folks. Matt Ovell says thinners would be a really good addition to those kits, or I find the included paint doesn't go quite far enough. Otherwise, they're great. But we do have plenty of paint, so it's not really a problem.
So I'm going to give it a try, but I'm going to do it from the point of view of, can you do everything you need with only what's in the box?
Yeah, I mean, I think the paint's water-based because they're acrylic. How do you dilute acrylic?
Yeah, you can dilute acrylic with water, but
so
it's water-soluble, so you've got to be very careful with the amount you put in.
Yeah, just like you put a couple of drips, but it will make the paint go a little bit further.
Yeah. I used to use a load of acrylics when I was studying art.
What I would suggest, actually, is you do a spray over of plastic primer first, and you'll find that the paint will work a lot better.
And you'd have to do it on the whole thing, on the sprue, before you started.
Could do that. I don't know. Rick Morley suggests you could also
acrylic thinners.
Oh, Sarah Davis says the cat ran off last night. So there I was walking. Oh, it's just gone off the top. Could you move it back down?
I certainly can.
So the cat ran off last night. So there I was walking around calling his name, but couldn't find him. I was told I should look harder, so I shaved my head, put my bike leathers on, and got myself a tattoo.
Did you find the? Still can't find the fecking cat. The cat will come back.
Yeah.
And
Vic Freak confirms. Yeah, Vic Freak confirms acrylic paint is water based. Charlie Chimp says, "Hey Jen, will there be festivities and decorations on the layout this Crimbles? Well, we do permanently have a sexy Santa's helmet.
A sexy Santa's helmet? What kind of show are you running here?
And so we can headbutt the wall in
matron.
Sexy Santa's helper.
Is that for when he has to go and see all the hard kids?
Yes, when does this actually run?
I hope it does. Be careful.
Oh yeah, it does. We've never actually tested it.
Of course it runs. They're a bit noisy.
Huh.
Yes, Jen is currently testing out my N-gauge stuff and then running it backwards off the test track.
Oh, that's
like a little monkey.
That is novel. Novel.
What, a train that works is novel? A train that works in your loft is novel. What have you been doing to them?
East Coast team says, think I might need to jump ship. It was good meeting you all on Saturday. Catch you all later. Great to meet you too. You take care as well. Now, in terms of other announcements...
You know what, Jen?
What?
I'm just thinking, perhaps when I do some of these models, we might live stream it. Live stream just with the camera pointed down in the office while I build the model and have a chat with people.
Yeah.
What would people think to that? It's probably not going to be a regular thing, but maybe a Thursday night or something like that. We could possibly do that.
Yeah, we could do. Alfonso Lepulsa says Freudian slip. I don't know. Yeah, and Raymond Legs does point out the helmet that goes on your big head so you can headbutt the wall in absolute safeties.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
Angel of Cruz says they're not leaving. Sorry, I think you must have been saying goodnight to somebody else.
Fair enough.
Assumed that meant that you were leaving, but no, don't worry. And one more announcement we've got flyers for. We have got new fleet lines for 2023 from Rapido. So we've got Atlanteans in a number of different liveries that include A1 Services, Andrews of Sheffield, Midland Fox and Stotts of Oldham, plus 6 new West Midland liveries.
They look nice.
BCT Guys, Bedford OB with 10 to choose from, and Leyland Nationals. So there's some great buses there from Rapido.
For those of you who are looking for buses, they look pretty good. But I have to show you what's on the other side.
What's on the other side?
Yeah, it says, yes, this is a model.
It was on their stand as well.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. The quality of modelling, these guys... The quality of modelling these days
your mouth.
Is actually quite phenomenal.
I like it. Right, I'm
They've
just
done a
looking
great
through.
job.
I'm sure that there was some information from Daypol. Oh, there was some stuff from Accurascale. As we all know, Accurascale also announced their Class 50.
Where is the Bristol Bulldog?
I don't know. We can. I'm sure it's downstairs somewhere,
Must
probably
be.
in the back bedroom.
Could be.
So, from Accurascale, the Class 50. Just quickly show you that. That was the big announcement from them at the show, and the Class 50 promises to be again something really special. They're giving it the same kind of treatment that they've given the Class 55 that they're currently doing to the 37 and the 31. And I think with the Class 50, a lot of people have said that the Hornby model is due a retool. And Accurascale have completed their English Electric lineup with this. So following hot on the heels from the Class 31. Right,
So-
don't forget to tickle the like button and also subscribe to the channel as well.
Mike at Pudham Junction says, start off once a month, and if it takes off, you can make it once a fortnight. So, yeah, something like that. We'll give it a try, and we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. So, do we have a lot of videos this week?
We have a lot of videos, Jan.
So, shall we start round about now?
If you would like me to start
We
round
should,
about now,
'cause
then
my
you should have
voice
told me
is-
to set up about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Shh.
I'm sorry, am I getting in the way of your rant?
Yes. My voice is starting to really struggle, so if we move over to some of your layouts, and then what we'll do is I'll let you do most of the talking because I'm really struggling. You can probably hear I sound really croaky, and it's
And it's not just because you're doing a Captain Janeway impression.
I thought she always sounded like a chain smoker.
She did. I used to call her Captain Frog Voice.
Was she a chain smoker?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Honestly, don't know. But it was the 90s, so smoking was going out of fashion.
Oh, Tim Maslin says, if you want an ADM turntable, get in quick. He's stopping selling them soon, so they'll become pricey second-hand items.
Ooh.
And I think turntables. I'm looking behind me actually at the Pico one. In fact, let's take a good look again at that. The Pico one. Boom.
Are you taking a peek at the Pico?
A peek at the Pico. They are a nice focal point. They do take a lot of room. But I keep seeing these DCC controlled ones, and there's a part of me thinking that maybe at some point I should consider changing my turntable. Though I don't think it's that practical a thing to do because it's kind of built in. Right. Let's.
Jane Paul Anderson says, why haven't you shown a video from Wally yet, Jenny? Because they're all on my computer waiting for me to edit. They're not in the
Yeah, we don't
attic.
like to rush them, and that's one of the things. And I am fully aware that there's loads of Wally videos getting out there. So we're moving.
Ours will be on Wednesday.
We're moving that up to the Wednesday video, but we will also the Friday video is what would have been the Wednesday video, obviously, which will be the look at all the KR models stuff. So you may be able to find the Friday video early because we will share that with KR models, but it'll be officially released on the channel
And of
on
course,
Friday.
with Friday videos, patrons and members of YouTube members will be getting it early anyway.
Absolutely, but then it will just basically be you'll have to hunt for it on KR Models' website, I suspect.
Yeah.
But that we did promise them that for Wednesday, so that's how we're gonna work it.
So basically, after my show, which is on at 10 on the Game Hammer Classic Gaming channel, after that finishes, I will be starting work on editing. That's how it goes. So, our first video tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is from Richard Swiderski, and it looks so amazing that it could be real.
Oh, you and your
Here
rubbish,
we go.
your dad jokes.
Well, someone's got to make them. We don't have any dads in the attic today, so I've got to step in. So here we are. This is, I believe it's Jenny's favourite locomotive. The Flying Scotsman, my dear.
I'm not a big fan of Flying Scotsman. You know, take
Yeah.
it or leave it.
Beep, beep.
John JMC says, have you got my Britomark video first to do DCC sound in it? I'm hoping we do, actually, because
think we
that
do.
is a very impressive build.
You know, for...
And also, can I just say, John JMC, thank you so much for this. We're going to be
Are you
doing
not
a
holding
giveaway.
that too high
No,
for people
no.
to see it?
We're going to be doing the
Whoa,
giveaway
that's
competition of this next week. We will trail ahead for that. But thank you so much.
That was going at a fair old lick.
Absolutely. Ooh, smoky.
Yeah. A little bit yellow on the smoke there. I'm not sure whether it's from the lights.
Probably
or what
from
they're
the
using.
lights. A little bit from the lights. So there it is.
That was very cool. Beep, beep,
Mm.
beep. There it is.
Beep, 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 beep.
It looks black in this light. I thought it was green.
It's like a dark green. It's the same green as these.
Yes.
So there we. Oh, yeah. I tell you what. How do you get it so that the stills are so sharp?
Oh, that's easy, Jen.
Hmm?
He's picking out frames from the video that are sharp. Not every frame will be motion blurred.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Or he's got a second camera, go click, 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 click right alongside his main camera.
Well, no, that works really, really well.
That is cool.
Worthington Motherwell says, be back later. No worries. Right.
That was cool. Thank you so much, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see that. Joshua W56 says, good evening. What's up? Oh. Can you hear the pitter-patter of feet coming all the way from the fridge?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. And what is up? The Eagles.
Huh. Thanks, Gandalf, I think.
Thanks, Gandalf. He's been in your biscuits again.
Oh, yeah. So, right, this is from Ben Powell. It says, hi Zoe, this is a video link for my 009 Bagnall Mayer locomotive. It is a white metal body kit with the running plate and articulation scratch built from brass.
Oh, this is going to be something special, I believe. This will be fun.
Nick at Bletchton High Level says it'll be a high shutter speed.
So
is that basically more frames per second?
Oh, yes.
Oh, right. So
this is interesting. So we've actually got... We can pick one. So I'm going to go... This is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, pick that one.
And this is going to be, what's it? It says Bagnall Mayer locomotive on Ridge Lane.
Okay, so...
Let me just grab, I need a share of this copy.
Okay.
Right. This is from Ben Powell.
So we're going to make that full screen.
Button, beep, beep.
Button has been pressed. Oh, so it's like an articulate... Oh, that is quite mesmerising.
That is interesting.
Oh, I do like that. That is really quite impressive.
Yeah.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says, took me 1 hour to get off the M42 to the NEC entrance, then another 20 minutes to get parked. It can get very busy there, it must be said.
This is built by hand.
Wow.
That is superb workmanship.
A lovely layout as well, I have to say. Really nice layout. And there's a lot going on. I'd love to see a little bit more of the layout as well, because it looks really interesting.
The way those things are moving.
It's those outside cranks as well. We saw that with the Fell. They are quite mesmerising when they run.
Bloody difficult to put together, I bet, because I had to do one on either side for the little pug that I built.
Oh, the Puggy Poo.
And my goodness, that was hard.
That is a lovely...
Richard Swiderski says, I was right, captured from the video. Told you.
Yeah. That is actually
so good.
really, really nice. I love that locomotive.
Yeah.
Ruben Ashwell says, seemed to be fine on the M42 and M6 section, so I was on the Saturday. It was the buses in the evening at International Station which was holding a few cars up. I must admit that...
oh, look, if I'm not mistaken, that railway goes round and up onto the back and then down.
Yeah, it would appear that there's like a race section.
Oh, it just jumps. He sent us a playlist.
Oh, so this is
how.
These are the motor bogies.
Oh,
actually, no, but let's watch this. This is interesting.
Oh my goodness!
So you can see how it's built up. 2 independent motor bogies, then they're mounted into a frame.
Wow!
And then the body goes on top.
That is quite something.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
really.
Thank you for sending that. That is amazing.
David Scott says, arrived at 8:15 Saturday morning, no delays on M42 and straight into the car park, E1. Yeah, I was in the East 1 car park and I arrived at pretty much the same time, so you were probably in the car park at the same time as me. And Simon Train's Mother Road Showcase says, those buses on Saturday were a nightmare. Jennifer Horton says, very nice model of Monarch. Belmont Junction says, good evening, Jenny and Zoe. Hope you're both great. Absolutely. Josh's Railway Adventures says, my stepdad parked at the railway station car park as it was cheaper. I think Worley Model Club did also recommend that. Now, this is from JMC. So this is John JMC. It says, hi, Zoe and Jenny. This is the new Bachmann 009 Quarry Hunslet. Brito Mart. This did one lap of the track before being pulled apart for the maddest install I've ever done. This model has a Zemo MS490N sound decoder, hardwired in the boiler and speaker down the back of the cab, and Stay Alive up in the roof.
Oh my goodness!
So this is the
and
deal.
this is 009.
And it's tiny.
Oh my
Absolutely
goodness.
tiny. So we're going to play this one with sound.
Absolutely, we're going to play it with sound. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Well, we can't, but everyone else will be able to. So I'm going to put it on. Please be aware that this will have sound.
Right, so we're going to play this one with sound. So looking forward to this.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and let's get it back to the start because it jumped a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, hit play.
No, press it. It's only 20 seconds. I want to make sure we've got the lot. Here we go.
I like the bridge.
This is really nice.
Nice scenery. Very, very nice. Thank you so much.
The size of that thing, and you managed to get all that stuff into it. That is amazing.
Absolutely. Andy81E says, is your 25 pushing a cleaning wagon with a rake of rail freight wagons? Stunning layout. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's not,
no,
is it?
It's the diesel brake tender. This is new release from Hornby magazine. It's a new run, rather, I should say, of a model that they've released before, but by popular demand, they've done a second release, and we're just running it in. Somebody's asking, Trackside Mike says, who makes the best Stay Alives on the market today? There are 3 brands which I recommend. Trainomatic Smart Power Packs, really, really great. Good size on them. Well, good charge for moving the locomotive, very controllable and actually quite easy to fit into locomotives. I then also recommend the DCC Concepts Zen Black Stay Alives. Really easy to use on the Zen range of stuff. And in addition, I also recommend the AE Models ones, although you don't get any kind of control over them.
So next up we have from Model Railway Shed. He's just sent a link to his YouTube page.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is show you the video that he set up as a trailer. The autoplay one if you go to the website, to the YouTube page even. So this is Duchess of Sutherland.
Okay, so should I press the button?
Yeah. I love that animated intro. That is cool. That is so cool.
I think you trained skidding.
Model Railway Shed official. Oh, I love the way you've done this intro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks. 8 tracks wide. That is quite a busy. Oh, look at that. The Duchesses. I love that class of locomotives. Look at the graceful aesthetics of those.
I was about to say, is this
amazing.
real or just a really realistic live steam model?
Big hello to Wardle Road says, sorry I'm late.
A Monday clubber is never late, Photo Baggins.
Nor
is
are
he
they early. They arrive precisely when he means to.
Are you trying to copy the way I speak there, Jennifer Kirk?
Thanks, Gandalf.
It's all right if you are. You just have to own it and try for a far more theatrical way of talking.
Oh,
Shakespearean. Give it a try. Very Shakespearean, yes.
Shakespearean.
That's the way to do it.
Whoa.
Well done. Don't go overboard, though.
Yeah, that was a good intro.
Thanks,
actually.
Gandalf.
Yeah, okay.
That was really cool.
Biscuits in the cupboard for Gandalf. Think you missed a pack.
No, I found them.
No, they were hidden.
Okay, I'm off now. Don't check your kitchen for a while.
Big hello to
great, thank you.
Mel's, J94 as well, and PFGC Plastico Ferroviario Genova Coronetta. I'm butchering the pronunciation on that, but a big hello to you. We're getting a lot of new names that I don't recognise in, and it's great to see.
It's always great when new
Absolutely.
people pop up.
I know a lot of people do lurk and watch, and that's absolutely all right as
Absolutely.
well. So, who have we got next? And also, don't forget to tickle the like button on the video and share it as well to social media. Always appreciated. So, thanks so much, you guys.
Absolutely. And I've been trying to get the Discord more lively again. I'm sorry that for a while, due to all the stuff that was going on here, I had to step away from it. But the Discord server is still going, and it's linked in the Monday Club chat on Facebook. John JMC says, have I got a Nintendo Switch? I don't. I do want one, but I decided I actually wanted to go for the Oculus Rift. Not Oculus Rift, the Oculus Quest 2 first, because I really love virtual reality. So I haven't got a Switch yet, but it is on the cards for when we have a bit more cash that I'm not spending on various other things.
And PFGC, Plastico, Ferroviario Genova Coronata says, it's fine, it's an Italian name. I do like to try and at least make a good stab at pronouncing them.
Oh,
and
Genova. Where do I know that name?
Genova. Isn't it a place?
No, that's Genoa. Genova.
Also,
Wasn't he a scientist?
I'm not sure. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says, rather trained is Gandalf? Possibly.
Rather.
Yes. Yeah, Tim's Muller Railway in different videos says there's a toys fair at Venue Cymru at 27th of December in Llandudno.
Right, so next up we have from Penkuru. It's a diesel running session at the Penkuru Railway.
Did we already see this one?
I know we have had one from him before. I think this is a different... Oh no, he says he did send it to the Gmail address. Let me just check. Okay, give me a second. Colin... Yes. Yes, we have.
I
so
did
I've had it
recognise.
twice. Excellent.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's okay.
Okay.
So we've got this is who's this from?
Charles
Gibbs. Says road vehicles on offer seem to be of variable quality. Does Jenny make use of these on her railway? What, in her opinion, are the best, and do they detract from making things look real? Now, I use a lot of Oxford Rail ones in the main. I know there are other brands, but essentially looking around, I think pretty much all of my vehicles are Oxford Rail, with the exception of a few Airfix kits.
Yes.
And I must say that I've had no problems with Oxford Rail things. I do find them a little bit on the shiny side when they're brand new.
That is one thing I wanted to bring up, because he's actually put out something very interesting here.
These two are weathered, and you can see that they look better.
Yes, they look like they're used.
Exactly. So what I recommend actually is the Humbrol Black Weathering Wash.
Yes.
And
which may be a little bit of what's been used here. If you look at the screen, I've been trying to direct you to this.
Yes, okay.
This is what he's been talking about.
They do look good.
Yeah, the ability to weather them down so that they look... Oh my goodness.
Oh, I say, that is such a great shot. I love the way you've kind of captured and framed the scene and got the camera down to what would have been human eye level, so
absolutely.
to speak.
Oh, wow.
And I was right, Genova, it's the Italian name of Genoa.
Oh, right.
Boom, boom. You were
fair enough. So I was getting confused. I was sure there was a...
Ooh.
Oh, Gianovo. That might have been the scientist that I'm thinking of's name.
Oh, that is lovely. And look at the sky in the background as well. That really does work. You've
got such a great looking layout here.
Yeah, this is lovely. And it just shows you, if you get these like really tight in shots, and I think this is what Mark Wilson does as well.
Yes. Tight shots that frame properly so that it looks like something that would be in the real world. But what I'm saying again, the slight weathering, so things aren't shiny. There was a discussion of this on the Facebook group not long ago, where someone was saying you can't just sit your cars on your layout looking like they come straight off the factory line because it doesn't look right.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the shiny cars there. I do need
You
to
don't have an awful lot of shiny cars.
I need to get these weathered. I need to get those weathered as well. So, and some of the ones over there as well could do with the weathering.
Guys, this is a question I would love to bring up. That I'd love to hear your opinions on. Jen does a lot of weathering with weathering powders, and it looks great. But what I'd like to ask you guys is, what would work better? Weathering powders or learning to use an airbrush?
I personally prefer powders and washes, but airbrushes, you can get some great techniques. Now, Chris Mack says, "Hello, Monday Club. Do you just show model railways?" We can include any kind of modelling.
Yeah, this is all about the reason we show these videos is because it allows people to see what others are doing with their layouts. But also we show dioramas, some clips from the real world of stuff that people might use and things like that. But that's the kind of thing we do. It's all about giving people ideas and inspiration and showing off what people are doing in modelling. Not necessarily model rail, but usually it is, because that's our main focus with Jan.
And absolutely, it must be said that in a lot of instances you can draw a lot of inspiration too from looking at how, say, like military modelers or aircraft modelers work.
Yeah.
Alfonso Lapulsa says, using a shrink ray on real buses and buildings is sort of cheating. He must have borrowed that shrink ray from Mark Wilson.
Or the master.
Yeah. Katie Walker says,
Perhaps
weathering
Mark
cars...
Wilson is the master.
Could be. Katie Walker says, weathering cars will make them look rusty. Yeah, it's not so much a thing now, but certainly back in the... certainly through until the 1980s, cars tended to rust a lot more, and it wasn't unusual to see cars with like rusty wheel arches, rusty door sills, holes through wings, and rust spots appearing everywhere. Generally speaking, cars didn't last as long in the past as they do now. I know people say that modern cars aren't built as well, and in some respects the heyday seems to be late 1990s cars. Seem to last the best.
My biggest issue with modern cars is the computer control.
Too much to go wrong.
Not just that, but how do you just tinker with it and fix a little bit when the computer needs to know what it's doing with everything?
Yeah, if
so
the computer says no, then you're at a loss. And Timbersurf says all three can be employed: airbrush, weathering powders, and oil washers. Use all three for best results, and that's a good point. That you get different techniques to do different things, and adding them together really does create a great effect.
I love what Malsa just said. I weathered my friend's N-scale buildings with a dry brush, but the way I read it was, and he hasn't noticed yet. So I just did it when he wasn't looking.
Yeah, it's like, what have you done there?
And now I'm not allowed back in the house. But yeah, dry brushing is a great technique. Guys, if you haven't tried dry brushing yet, get a model you think is disposable and practice, because you get some amazing effects.
Katie Walker says, I'm more likely to have welded up patches, older cars. Yeah,
oh, yes.
People tended to get them welded up. You don't really see that anymore. And Alfonso Lapulsa says, old cars rot, new cars become obsolete.
Yes.
Malcolm Moore says, 90s cars lasted a lifetime because crashing them killed you. Sarah Davis says, I delivered a car on Thursday, a brand new car to a customer. The dash was lit up like a Christmas tree with error messages. And that's the thing you didn't get with older cars. You didn't get check engine lights. It just didn't bother telling you there was a problem.
Unless you're Jim Rockford. How many times have we seen him driving around his car and it's got the red check engine light on the dashboard? Because he doesn't fix his car.
Yeah.
So we've got another video coming up here from Charlie McGowan.
So this is how to add arch bricks to a tunnel portal for his 1,000 subscriber video.
Yes, and he said here, attached is progress on my tunnel portals and the video explaining how I did it.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Here we
Can you
go.
press the button, please?
Watching videos.
So what have we got here? What's that?
That is a class 33, I think. This isn't the tunnel portal mine, so we
No,
might
this
have
is
to.
where he's told me to start though when he sent the link.
Okay.
in.
Oh, these are some bargains he's got.
Oh, very nice.
I think he's showing off some bargains he's picked up at a show.
Ah, right.
Really
so if I
nice.
just jump forward a little bit.
I don't know if it
Might be digital controller.
E-Link. I think that the tunnel portal's actually at the beginning.
Okay, well in that case, oh, he's got chapters. Let's have a look where he's starting. Introduction, Lima, Hornby, E-Link. Right.
There at the end. I just caught a bit.
There it is. There's the portals. Right. So it was almost. The check engine light is the work of the devil, says Michael Moore. Something is wrong, but we're not going to tell you what.
Absolutely.
Oh my
that
goodness.
looks lovely.
That is amazing.
Yeah, check engine light. On my Volvo, it has a check engine light and it illuminates. And when you do finally get the codes out, they're what they call flash codes, and it's really irritating because they're things like long-term fuel trim, too rich or too lean in part load stage. And it's like, well, it's either too rich or it's too lean. You can't just tell me it's too rich, too lean. Could be either. Not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sorry. Am I Goldilocks here?
Yeah. And the thing is that too rich would be one particular problem. Too lean would be a different problem. So it doesn't really help you.
No. I'm amazed by the way he's done these.
Oh,
There's definitely texture. And
I like the
colour
little bits
use is
of
great, but
foliage.
yeah, the foliage is what's really winning me
Is it
over.
actually running?
Yeah,
I guess he's
just-
talking.
but
But
wow.
it's like Ham Shackleton. Absolutely, check engine light. Walk round, open the bonnet, and go. Yep, it's still there.
That is so good. I'm just amazed.
That has
Thank
come
you
out
so much for
really,
sending that
really
in,
well.
Charlie.
Actually, I am really liking that. That has come out so well.
I'm going to switch back to the main thing so I can jump back. Oh, where's the button? There it is.
Yeah,
Because
Valley's
he sent some
56XX
photos as well.
says on my Morris Traveller things just stopped
Oh,
working.
he hasn't.
Yeah, you knew where you were.
He hasn't sent the pictures. Never mind. Okay, no worries. I thought there were photos as well.
Joshua W56 says the Late Toy Show was on RTE1 on Friday night. Ooh.
The late toy show.
I remember the Late Show on RTE1.
Well, yeah.
Jennifer Horton says, sadly, weathering is often overdone. Operational locomotives rarely resembled Barry Scrapyard Rex, which appears to be the fashion these days. Suggest checking photos first. Absolutely.
A little bit of weathering's great.
Check your photos. And actually, one of the things, talking about check photographs and look at the real thing rather than photos of models and stuff, is trees. And these are works of art. You've probably not seen it very well. This is from a company called Primo Models. We're going to be doing a full review video on these because these are amazing. And real trees on models. People often forget that trees in the real world are actually quite large. So I've got these. I'm going to be doing a full review and installation and talking a bit about trees. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to probably film it over all the this weekend coming. David Dorrell says, my Ford Mustang tells me what the tyre pressures are. It should really tell me to slow down.
That was a really good looking tree. When you first showed me, it's like, whoa.
Oh, the larches and stuff was just amazing, I have to say. That they had at the stand. Unfortunately, they didn't have any to sell because they sold out. Oh god, the adverts are getting quite overwhelming.
The worst ones are the gambling ones. Like, no, get them off my screen. I don't want that.
Yeah, okay, let me talk. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says Primo trees are brilliant.
Yes,
absolutely. I'm a big convert. When I found the store, the stand even got there in the end. Then it's I was like in Hog's Heaven, and Valley's 56XX says weather everything because everything was bogging in the 50s and 60s. A lot more pollution, but you look at that there. There's still a dusting. It's not like filthy and crusty, but there's a little bit of stuff on it.
Yeah, there's dirt. The real world is dirty. It's not filthy because, let's face it, people have a bit of pride in what they work on. JD1533 Workshop says, hello from across the pond. Hello to you. Great to see you. I hope I find you well. And Chris's Garden says, hi Jenny, I'm new here. Just got back into model railways after a 30-year break. Glad I found your channel. Thank you so much and welcome along. It's great to have your company. Yeah, absolutely welcome.
And Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says, I bought 4 packs of tufts from Primo. Yeah, there was some great stuff on there. And I am...
Show them the roses.
The roses? Well, the bushes.
The rose bush. I was over... I was bowled over with the roses.
Well, I'll pass that to you. So when we're done with this video, you can show it on camera too. But this is... So we've got a loco, sort of running light loco. It's got the support coach behind it. Really, really nice. And again, look, the trees tower over the locomotive. They're huge.
Yes.
And this, I'm interested. Those overgrown sidings there. Curious. So, did it say whereabouts this is?
Right at the start, yes.
Is that a Jubilee? It's certainly nice.
It is, but that one, very clean.
Well, yes, because it's on a rail tour, and the steam locomotive, modern steam locomotives do tend to be kept very, very clean.
Yeah, they get a nice sponge bath before they go out, don't they?
Yeah. So, it's going through nice and slow, which is great for people photographing. There, she's opened up. You can see there the sudden woof woof from the exhaust.
Yeah, going slow through the station so people can have a look, and then we better catch up now.
No, I think there's a line speed as well.
Oh, there will be, yes.
So approaching the junction, there will be a speed limit.
This is very nice.
Get some very good stills from these. Tim's Muller Railway in different videos says, Jenny, do you still want a big boy, the train? Absolutely, I do. I know that River Rossi, Helsby.
Helsby Station.
Yeah, River Rossi, I believe, just released the big boy again.
Thank you very much for setting that in.
I am looking into getting one, but they are quite expensive, well over 300 squids.
Squiddly diddlies.
Yes, so...
So, I put this on here. I'm going to just quickly bring in...
Okay, easy.
The roses.
Easy.
How good are they?
I believe it in real up close and personal. They are amazing.
They look real.
Yeah, Harry Sedgwick says the LMS Jubilee class 460 number 45596 Bahamas. So I was correct. It was a Jubilee. Yes. And that was because I wasn't paying attention when it was read out. And it's Helsby between.
Whenever are you paying attention?
Never. Helsby between Chester and Warrington Bank Keys is Simon Train's Mother Showcase. Ruben Ashwell says, I remember when I tried to get Bahamas at Leicester when arriving back from a trip, but she only stayed at the north end of the station and we actually went back to Peterborough. And Peter Jackson Cheadle, he says it's an ex-Dinting Locos Bahamas.
Right.
Matto Vale, beautiful Jubilee. Is there a ready-to-run model? Yes, there is. Bachmann do, and actually quite a decent model of a Jubilee, and I do have one. I've got Hong Kong somewhere. Must run it again soon.
All of it?
Yes. Leslie Gilpin Railway says the River Rossi Big Boy will be a lot cheaper than any US manufacturer produce. Yeah, I'm thinking of. I have to check the old bank balance because I did spend 30 quid and the rest at Worley.
Jen, I know you spent 50,000.
Yeah,
I know she did. I'm going to be honest. We do joke a bit, but we're both very honest and open about what we spend on our hobbies.
Yeah,
and
I had been saving up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Never feel like you have to hide it from your other half.
Yeah,
and if you do have to hide it from your other half, consider why.
Yeah, and also, I learnt from a pro. My dad got very good at smuggling stuff into the house.
So what we've got here, Jen, is from the
Wolf Lowe, the Colonel Stevens rail bus from Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath. So it's a short clip of Colonel Stevens' rail bus on Wolflow, a model railway layout on display at the Alsager Railway Association Crew Exhibition on the 12th of November this year. So
Yes.
shall we make that full screen?
And he also says, although how the doors to the shed open, I'm not sure, but it works, sort of. Fair
Is
enough.
there some kind of jump cut going on?
I don't know. Here we go.
Okay, go. Oh. No, it's... Oh. Oh.
That is actually very cool.
Colour me. Oh, yeah, it's like...
Oh, I see how it's doing it.
How's it doing it?
Okay, I'm going to pause it. See that there?
Yeah, but how did it get
And
the
that
latch to go
hinge.
up? How did it get... Yeah, so it's
There's an animatronic there.
It's a servo.
Yes.
But how did it get the latch to go up?
That is a good question.
That is impressive.
This is very cool.
The doors to that shed, that is very impressive. I've not seen that before.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Katie Walker says when you pop
green
your...
looks great on
Yeah,
that.
when you pop your clogs, they may sell it for what you said you paid for it.
Yeah, but if you're not around, you won't,
Yeah.
you won't care.
That's actually quite an interesting little rail bus.
Yeah.
Lovely little railway.
I'm loving the livery. That is cool. Very cool. Thank you so much for sending that over.
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that with us.
That is cool.
That shed door was very, very good. It's
Yeah.
that's quite clever.
Yeah,
It's
thank
how
you
the
so
latch
much.
works, which I'm intrigued by. Timberserve says, one day my wife might twig why I've got a great collection of model railways, but we can only afford to eat beans on toast.
That's because you get the model railways free with the special labels that you send.
So this is Enwins Motors, and they have said, hi Zoe, in case this is of interest for the Monday Club, there were some excellent layouts present at the Gaydon 2022 exhibition. I even filmed some diseasels, even though we all know coughs and sneezels spread diseasels. And as says, P.S. free Quarry Hunslet DVD with every Rapido 15-inch Hunslet ordered or 15XX pre-orders from enwinsmodels.co.uk.
That's very nice. Very generous. So let's have a quick look at what is sent over from Gaydon.
Jerry BVR says, trains will last, but beans are gone with the wind. As they always say, baked beans on Tuesday, bubble bath on Wednesday.
So, here we go.
Are we ready? Make it full screen.
Now, this is a 25-minute video, so I am going to send the link out. I've sent the link out with everything, but I would suggest, if you find this interesting...
Oh, I thought there's that Wolflow that was being talked about.
Oh, yes. Then I suggest you have a look at it.
Nice grass. And there's that engine shed.
Yeah.
So actually, this is nice. We're getting another look at that layout. Worthington Model Railway says, I'm back. Went to get a Donna.
If you want one, you can have one, but you have to order it.
Why?
Because I do not want to press any more buttons. Also, I've got to go and work at my videos, you know? I've got a show to do. So if you want a doner kebab, then you order it, and I will eat pizza and enjoy it, but at my own speed.
Probably should. That's... Oh, you look what you've done! Actually, it's... Anybody seen Warbler in? Warbler Productions?
No.
Do you hope Warbler as well?
Yes, earlier on.
Oh, yeah, so he spotted the top.
Yeah.
Right, there it is. There, and there. Right, my work here is done.
This is a very cool layout, I have to admit. I'm going to jump on, though, because this is a big one. So this is Clarendon. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that is... There's some really
multiple
lovely...
levels, because the world is not flat. Love it. Tim Davis, you have brought about Gandalf with your statement. Hello, everyone. I am sorry I am late. What's that, Gandalf?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, you could do with some more biscuits. I haven't eaten them all, but I'm about to.
Yeah, I haven't eaten them all, but but they've gone anyway.
This is cool.
That's a lovely pre-grouping layout. You see
Yeah.
London and North Western Railway livery, London and South Western Railway livery as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Or is that Lancashire and Yorkshire? It might be actually be Lancashire and Yorkshire. Probably more likely to be Lancashire and Yorkshire. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase has never had a doner kebab in my life, but wouldn't mind trying one. Ah, the sweaty elephant's foot of doom. They are actually quite nice.
I think they're very healthy as well, considering all the fat drips off.
You believe that if you wish.
That's what I was told.
What,
now
by a
this
doner kebab
I
vendor?
can't remember, by a doner kebab enthusiast. Machiavel says that was an incredibly small scale for a working tipping wagon. The stuff you can do these days is...
Well, look at that shed door.
Yeah.
The latch going up, that is the bit that intrigues me. I know how the doors are done, but the latch,
I'll bet
very
there's
impressed.
a second servo motor.
Well, there must
Or
be.
second latch that we didn't see because it's on the other door.
Mm.
That is hidden in part of the wood on the back
look
of the
at
door.
this. So I'm not sure that they look. Are they Lancashire and Yorkshire or London? No, they are London and South Western Railway. Because you can see on the wagons behind. This is lovely.
That is very cool.
Jennifer
I'm gonna jump
Horton
this on,
says,
though.
"I've never had a doner kebab sober. I must confess." Oh no, they're food of the gods. Oh, this is lovely.
This kind of the houses going up the side and in an industrial area, that reminds me so much of some of the areas that I was growing up around.
Valleys 56XX says shish kebabs without sauces are quite healthy. I keep telling myself.
Like I say, because the oils drop down.
Oh, water. Oh,
Oh.
lovely. That's underneath the railway, I guess.
Yeah,
Why is the policeman just stood there, I'm going to hold up the traffic?
I don't know.
I like the water.
I love the way that it's got a little bit of bump and texture on the water.
And it's
Very, very
opaque
nice.
as well, so you don't actually need a lot of depth for that.
Yes.
Because there are lots of different ways of doing water.
This is very cool. I always love a bit of water scene. Oh,
Oh, a Vosper Thornycroft motor torpedo boat?
there's another thing. I don't know where some of our models that I'm building are. I've got a boat to build.
A boat?
A ship even. I bought a,
Oh,
I bought a small ship.
Vaza!
Yeah,
I think they're in the back bedroom. Or is it
That-
the golden behind?
it might be something like the Golden Hind or something like that.
I like that
I've
with
got
the
a
boats.
ship because I was going to do
Yeah.
like a little water scene.
This is nice. I like this.
I love the floating boys on there. That's very cool.
Sue at Putnam Junction says, yeah, sweaty elephant's foot. I'll always think of that now when I see a Donna.
Maybe the copper is taking kickbacks from the railway by holding everything up.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is beautiful. Jen, have a look at that. That is just beautiful.
Oh, I do love a nice 009 layout. Talking of water, says Ham Shackleton, did anyone see the Dawlish vid where the freighter nearly ran aground after turning the wrong way entering the dock? I did not.
Oh, no, I didn't. This is so
Oh,
nice.
that looks like a Quarry Hunsler, but in green.
Yeah, look at all
Um,
the texture and stuff on the background, though. So nice. I'm
Yeah.
loving this.
This is nice.
Nice, cool effects.
That looks like a Himalaya and Darjeeling railway locomotive in the foreground. Just see it there with the blue.
Tiny,
Heritage Studio
tiny
says,
things.
anyone else get a model scan by Model U at Worley over the weekend? I completely forgot.
I'm going to wait until I've lost a bit more weight because I don't know if they've got enough plastic. But I do want a Model U one.
I think I'm going to buy a corset that actually fits. You know what? I'll do that. I'll buy a corset so that my shape is approximately the right shape. Not like a bean bag that's let itself go.
Charlie Jim says, "Hey Zoe, have you tried the Revell Easy Click models? I have a Titanic model. It was a fun build. Not for many years. I had an Easy Click tiny model of the USS Voyager from Star Trek, and that was a fun thing. But I have no idea where it's gone. I lost it either during one of the moves from when I was moving around between houses at university, or after I've moved home, or after I moved down to Bolton. I know I didn't have it by the time I got to Bolton. It's just one of those things that just disappeared over the years. But it was really nice.
This is a lovely model. Katie Walker says, I had myself scanned about 6 years ago. Still not finished painting myself. Oh, it's a shame.
It's hard to paint your back.
And a
'cause
big
every
hello
time
to
you turn round, it's
Skipsy
not there anymore.
Trains has apparently turned up. So, and James Pett says there's nothing wrong with beanbags. The only trouble with beanbags is when you get to our age, you get into a beanbag and you ain't getting out unless somebody gives you a hand.
Stanover Model Railway says, "Evening, Jenny and Zoe. It's Captain Static from Stanover Model Railway. Glad to know Zoe knew who I was when Arnold Reynolds posted up earlier and Flower Chairman 1 clarified it. Of course we did. We've had you mentioned before. You're famous."
Yeah, don't forget to tickle that like button, everybody, and share the video on social media. Let other people know that we are up and running.
SHGP says, "I can't find my model of Voyager because it's in the Delta Quadrant." I love it. That is so good. Right, we're going to have to jump on. This is a great video. I'm going to put the link in again.
It is, yes, but we are pushed
because
on time.
Yeah, it's 25 minutes long. It's great, but it's long.
Yeah, well worth watching that, actually. Well worth watching. And, of course, Skipsy Trains, absolutely great to see you. And DJK666, big hello to you, too. It was great to have you in, and I don't know, has Gandalf noticed that they're late?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Oh, and also Timbersurf says, Jenny, Scale 3D will be doing mini-me's in the new year. The studio will be closer to you than model you. Oh, do keep me informed.
That would make it a lot easier for us to get to.
Yeah. Simon Trains Mother Railway Showcase says, where has the time gone? Oh, it does go so quickly, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So,
give me a moment. Give me a moment.
No, I'm just changing that camera angle just to be annoying.
Fair enough.
Right, so, are we going to...
what we sent a message along with it. So this one's from SHGP Media.
And this is filmed at the 2022 Spalding Model Railway Exhibition. Copperwort is an OO gauge layout set in the early 1900s around the brewing industry in Burton-on-Trent area. The layout is almost entirely scratch-built by Pete Goss, who also casts his own figures in metal. Pete previously built the award-winning The World's End layout based on Knaresborough. So, are we ready to rumble?
Ready, Captain. And it looks phenomenal already. So here we go.
Set phases to fun.
Set phases to stunned. How good does that look?
Ooh.
Again, framing on the camera.
Yeah, and you see the sense of
on the back
height. You see buildings as well as trees are very, very tall.
I just love the fact that there's people on the wagon as well. It's something you don't see an awful lot. That is cool.
Oh, I like that. The railway crossing the road that also has tram tracks in.
Yeah. This is really detailed and lovely. I love it. Yeah, everyone's immediately saying, wow, it's phenomenal.
Such a complex mishmash of buildings there, which really does give that kind of higgledy-piggledy 19th century industrial feel.
It's the tram in the back. I have to say, I love...
Well, look at the back scene with the silhouettes. That actually works really well. You see how it's like you've got foreground silhouettes and background silhouettes.
Yes.
That really does work to give a great sense of depth.
Personally, I would probably have suggested a slight blurring effect.
Yes.
To give it kind of... It's shrouded in...
Like smog.
Smog, yeah. But it's wonderful. Everyone's saying that this one is awesome to see in the flesh when you see it. Oh my goodness, the amount of people on there. That must have taken ages on its own. This is so good.
And Iron Horse Railway says, hi guys, sorry I've been quiet this evening for a change. I've been listening along, but I've been DCC fitting my locos from Worley. Had to move the board from loco to tender on my Collet goods.
Wow.
Yeah. Iron Horse Railways did get some great bargains, and Collet Goods was one of them, definitely.
There, again, the people on the back of that wagon. You don't see that a lot. You see people in carriages, but not just in the open air.
Nice blue W4 Peckett.
I'm loving this.
Foreground
This is just
well.
amazing.
Really, really nice. Oh, there's the W4 Peckett.
And the lights in the background. Oh, I love it. So good. Now, speaking of people on wagons and carriages and things like that, I have to ask, because we haven't seen any model railways from India, have we? I don't think we've had any layouts, and I have to.
Oh, I'm sure we've had one shared with us.
Quite possibly, but I know that it is commonplace on the videos we see of people travelling on Indian railways for them to be hanging on the outside.
Oh, apparently this has been in Railway Modeller magazine.
I bet it has. It's amazing, and I'm just wondering.
Gethley Kydrim, the Welsh coal. I've got that very wagon.
Let me finish my question,
Okay.
because it's just something I'm wondering. We get here a lot of stuff of people walking around, standing, working around the railway, and in a sitting position to put in carriages. I'm wondering, if you're modelling Indian railways, is it possible to get
people hanging on?
Yeah, literally get a person that's holding on to, so that you can put them on the locomotive or the carriage or things like that. Because if not, that would be very interesting from my point of view. Because you wouldn't necessarily be modelling real life then, would you?
Oh, people have suggested. Heritage Studios says anyone else for Todo wagons instead of Frodo wagons. Although
Todo wagons, I forgot about that. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, Gandalf did as well.
Yeah.
Andy81E says, I'm off. Great show as always. See you next Monday. Absolutely. And don't forget, next Monday, thanks to John JMC, and we will be trailing through the week for this. There will be an opportunity to win for yourself the first edition of the Monday Club Wagon. This is the previous one, the Acura Scale MDV. And that will run a competition, and one lucky winner will be able to have for themselves a very sought after first run Monday Club Wagon. They are all sold out, but the second Monday Club Wagon, the William Loudon Sons Palbrick, is still available, so do order that with confidence at the link down below. And they're selling really, really well, expected in sort of January time, I believe.
So, Flint Hills Model Railway says, "Hi all, sorry for being late, forgot the time."
Oh.
A Monday clubber is never late, Todo wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
So yeah, apparently there was an Indian layout at a model railway event recently.
I'm sure we have shown at least one Indian layout.
Again, I love to see stuff from overseas, but a genuine question. I'm not trying to be silly or anything. I'm just a genuine question. If you can get someone hanging off a carriage or sitting on the top, because, like I say, if you can't, then are you modelling real life?
But you see, there'd be the same sort of figure that you get. Do you remember on the buses with the rear platform, and the people hanging
off that?
So
yes,
they do have other uses. You could also have them as people, like a guard on a brake van, ready to step off. So there are other uses for them.
And 1920s buses in America. I remember a few films where you would see kids sitting on the extended bumper at the back of the bus, so that you didn't have to pay a fare.
Tim's Model Railway in different videos has spotted the TARDIS.
Well done.
Yes.
Well, it's not. Did you? Oh, for goodness sake,
I put it there because I thought we needed a little bit of extra, so I thought we'd just see if people were paying attention. But we're pretty much at the end now, so we don't have time for any more videos.
Unfortunately not. We are getting close to getting back on track there.
Yes,
So I have one question, Jen.
Do you?
Do we have
Just
a sponsor
one.
today?
We do. So today's Monday Club comes to you in association with Rails of Sheffield, who are the name to trust if you have anything from a single item to a full collection that you wish to trade on. Sell to the name you trust, best prices and same day valuations and money, and or alternatively, if you wish for, they will offer store credit too, so you can trade up to something new. They won't cherry pick from your collection. They will take anything and everything. So call Rails of Sheffield, details at the link down below, and sell to them today. So you guys take great care of yourself. I'm going to have to go to bed. I'm off to Liscard at midnight. So
And
pretty
I
much,
think, to be honest with you, you really need to rest your voice because you are starting to sound like you're about to lose it.
I sound like I'm a chain smoker, which
Yes.
is a bit annoying because I'm not.
I know, I got all the side effects, but none of the pleasure.
Yes. So look, anyway, just got time to say thank you so much for joining us, and it's been great having your company. Another great Monday Club. Thank you for all your submissions. We went through all of the releases that hopefully will be coming in
I have
2023 that I can
question.
remember from Wally.
One question before we end.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the things you saw at Wally that were coming, what struck you as the one that you are most looking forward to?
Models that are coming. Well, obviously the PAL brick, because we're looking forward to that Monday Club wagon. But I think as well, the Y7 from Rapido Trains. Really looking forward to that. And if I had to pick a single thing that I'm looking forward to more than anything else, it probably would be that Y7. That's the one which I'm possibly most excited for. But there's some all really good announcements. Although, Jennifer Horton, Bellerophon, of course. Raymond Lake says, good evening and goodbye since it's daytime, 4 p.m. here. Yeah, a lot of people saying Bellerophon. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, Bellerophon as well. Another great release as well. And actually, we've got that video coming, so do look out for that.
Yep.
And the Wally video in full is going to be on Wednesday. We've moved that forward because otherwise we're going to be behind the curve and everybody else have just shared all the videos.
Yeah, but don't worry, I'll be making everything because I'm going to stay up and
The
get it
Friday video will no doubt turn up on the KR Models site before Friday, but of course patrons and channel members also get early access as well. But until next time, you take great care of yourself. And actually, there is a Josh's Railway Adventures. Oh no, sorry, I'm reading the wrong comment. It's Carlton Tweedle says Charlie at Chadwick has someone hanging off a grong.
So you can get stuff.
You can, and also I have to say, I did meet Charlie at Wally. Always a pleasure to meet one of the greatest YouTubers in the UK. Bill Boserman says hello from Boise, Idaho, USA. Big hello to you. Big hello to Limit 12DD. Unfortunately, we're just coming to the end, but you can watch from the beginning. It should become a regular video, and you'll be able to catch up with everything that's gone on today. But we've got to finish. It is just gone past 9 o'clock here in the UK. So I've got to go to bed because I am going to Liskeard in Cornwall tomorrow. And anybody who doesn't know where that is, it's a blooming long way is what it is.
Bottom of the country.
Yeah, bottom left. Like really bottom left. So until next time, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
The train now departing is the 2103 service to Minith Tatis, stopping at Grave Street Yard, Bolton Trinity Road. That's a very annoying noise. I don't know where that station is, but it's here. That really long one in Wales that has a very long name. We're going to stop there as well, because why not? And then on to Minith Tatis. That's the 2103 service to Minith Tatis. Oh, well, we're going to end up in Eindhoven. We don't actually plan to do that, but we will. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night. If you go up to the loft today, you're in for a big surprise. Woohoo! If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. Woohoo! Because every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club.
And Valley's 56XX, the answer It's not Daypop. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.